Hey guys, it's Julie. Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can probably tell, I'm in a high school library because we are having an in-service for our program. And so we're doing it at high school. And I haven't been in an actual high school library full of books and anything since I was in high school or my little sisters were in high school. So I thought it would be kind of interesting to do a vlog. And I'm trying to hold my camera and it's really like messing with me because it just seems off to me. I'm not going to show you anything that has the name of the school, but I thought it'd be really interesting to do a vlog in here because they have some really cool things in their library that our library didn't have. Like for instance, they put decor on different shelvings for the books. Like it's not for the books, but it makes it interesting. Like look over here. They have a pot. I have beautiful. It's just everywhere. This is the fiction section, as you can read over there on the wall. Fiction. It's backwards. And they have these really cool tables. I'm not going to show you a close-up because it has the name of the school, and I don't want to get in trouble or get them in trouble. But yeah, they have like this cool lounge area, and they have a computer section, and they have different sections for fiction, nonfiction. They have an area that you can kind of hang out and do homework, and which is cool because they have like a chessboard out, which I thought was really neat. It's a huge library though, like it's huge, and they have like awesome art in here. Like there's this really cool art. It's paper, so like obviously the staff made it. And they have like, I'm trying not to be loud, it's a library. They have like, look at this display case. It's just cool. Like there's tons of stuff in here. They have art, they have woodwork stuff like statues and things. And look at this, I have to show you this really awesome mural because I just think it's the coolest thing ever. It was probably, I don't know if a student made it or not, but I wanted to show you. And it's back here where the computer section is. There's like conference rooms and a whole bunch of things. I'm trying to be really careful so I don't show you the name of the school. Really, really careful. But I thought I would do my vlog today in here while I'm in the library. Like, look at how cute that little truck is. This is the school colors, blue and red, and I think white, but I could be wrong. And well, we're doing an in-service, so look, here's where it says books and read, nonfiction, a whole bunch of stuff. But we're doing an in-service. It's President's. Yesterday was President's Day, so it's Tuesday. And we're doing an in-service at a high school because we needed a big room and we have lots of teachers. And so I'm stuck in the library because there wasn't any room for me to work in there, and it wasn't quiet, and I just texted my boss and said, I'm gonna work in the library. If you need anything, let me know and I can come in. It's like just down the hall. So I've filmed a few podcasts today on some I find interesting topics. Like one of them is an ethical dilemma. Not really a dilemma, but an ethical conversation that came up. One of them is a review of 13 Reasons Why Season 2 and how it was kind of a bummer, is what it is. Another one of them was it was about Charmed, the TV show, and how it can be a good tool for women's empowerment. At least my perspective, my point of view is. Like look at this really cool artwork right here. It's like Indian. I'm gonna try not to touch it. It's neat. I like the fact that there's points of interest mixed in with the books. Like that's really cool. And I'm trying not to be loud because I don't want, it's a library. You have to be respectful. At least I think so. Like look at how cool this is. It's just chilling in the library. I think that's neat. I'm gonna go find a relatively quiet space to talk to you guys. That way, I don't know. Here, we're gonna go into the conference room. The one thing I like about this conference room, it's like a meeting room, is this really cool bulletin board. Oop, try not to show the school. You saw part of the word, and that's all you're gonna see. But I thought I would vlog today. It was an interesting morning, for sure. One of the most interesting things about this morning was the fact that we are not in our, we're not in our typical place that we work, which is good and bad. One thing I like about it is the fact that like we get, at least me, I get exposed to the different buildings that we have students and programs in. Like, that's really cool. But one thing that was really frustrating, so like I had to be here at 7 in the morning. Our thing didn't start till 8. I had to be here an hour early, which is like a big deal for me. I like sleep. I don't get enough sleep. I get cranky. Like, I'm not used to getting up that early. Like, I have to be at work till 7:45, so I don't get up till like 6:30 normally. And I had to be up at like 6. I didn't sleep very well, but here's the like workroom. Look at these cool, that's like the huge pieces of paper they use to make like on the bulletin boards. I think they're so freaking cool. I'm also probably a nerd. Like, I'd be perfectly happy working in a school. Maybe not the kid part, it would depend on the school, but getting to be like creative and artsy, you know. And like, here, I'm gonna show you the thing for where the librarians sit. Isn't that cute? It's because it's for Valentine's Day. They have all the books about love. I just think it's cute. But yeah, to be like artistic, like that would be fun. And to be creative and help make bulletin boards and all of that. That would be a lot of fun. But this morning was really frustrating because I had to get up early, which, you know, is what it is. I can't do anything about it. And then I get here and I'm thinking, okay, well, the original plan was we were going to be in the library. We have like 100 teachers. Like, this is the biggest space where there's also work tables, so they can like actually, like, because some of the part of what we're doing is like training, so they have to have hands-on like examples, or they have to bring in some of their own stuff, and they're teaching them how to implement stuff. Obviously I don't know a lot about it, if you couldn't tell. I'm in the library, and I've been sitting in the library, like, kind of like, first of all, I don't know this building, so I parked on the wrong side of the building. Newbie, obviously, and walked around the building for forever to find the library, and I finally found it. And I was in the library for 20, 30 minutes, I'm not really sure, and I was like, this is weird. I'm kind of surprised my boss isn't here yet. He's notorious for being early, and he's obsessive compulsive with stuff. Like, why isn't he here? So I texted him. What happened first was I got onto like this web-based sign-in area that the teachers do to sign up for the class. I mean, it's mandatory, but you still have to sign up for it, basically to get your credits to prove that you've actually gone through the training through our district. And through me, I have to be the one to enter it, so I need you to like write your name down so I can actually check you off or whatever. And so I was looking and I was like, oh no, I'm in the wrong building. Like, because one of them, they have very similar names. Well, I'm not going to tell you what they are. One's a direction, one's another direction. That's all I'm going to tell you. And they're very, very similar. And so I was like, crap, I'm in the wrong building. Like, the other building's like a 20-minute drive at least from this building. And I was like, I'm going to be running late. So I texted my boss and I was like, I said, things must have changed. I obviously forgot where the location was. I'm at the wrong building. Like, I'm in the library. And I said, I'm on my way. And he calls me and he's just like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're in the right building, you're just down the hall, like, we moved the room. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I didn't remember that because he never told me. And the thing that gets really frustrating, and I know this is going to sound sexist, I don't mean it to be, but at least with my boss, the thing that frustrates me about him, there's a lot that frustrates me about him, a lot. But the one thing that really frustrates me is that he doesn't communicate at all. Like, he just does stuff or makes changes and he doesn't say a word to me, and I'm just like, I get it, you've never had an assistant before, you don't really know the procedure on how things are supposed to be done. Like, I get that, but you can't just change things and then not tell the person who needs to know, because it makes me look like an idiot, and it makes us look unprofessional. And that's like one of my biggest pet peeves. I mean, like, I'm an adult, I'm almost 30 years old, I have a glorified secretary job, I don't necessarily love the job, it's okay, but like, do your best to not make me look like a moron, please. So like, that's like my biggest annoyance with him right now, is the fact that he just doesn't communicate. So like, I text my friend that I work with, and I was just like, I told her, I said, that's what just makes me so angry, is he doesn't communicate. So my day did not start off that great. And then I parked on the wrong side of the building, so after we got everyone in the room and situated and ready to rock and roll, I like snuck out so I could go move my car, because where I had it parked, we're on not the best part of town, and I know that some of that is because I didn't grow up on this side of town, I didn't go to school on this side of town, so I don't know this side of town, but we're not on the best side of town. And so I wasn't going to just leave my car sitting in a place where there wasn't a lot of other cars waiting for it to get vandalized. Sounds bad, but it's true. Like, it's not the main parking lot, and the main parking lot's going to have 100 teachers worth of cars out there versus like 2. So I moved my car, and it's like freaking freezing outside. It's beautiful yesterday, and it was just, I mean, I'm just like so annoyed. So that was my morning, and look at these. Aren't these so cool? My little sister would appreciate that. She's into that kind of artsy stuff, and it's kind of French. It's like, they're like gypsies and stuff. My sister Brittany would love that. She's real into artsy stuff, so that's for sure up her alley. So that's how my morning started, and then this isn't the right word, that's how I feel. I've been stuck in the library all day, and there's only so many things you can do on your laptop. And my laptop's been doing this weird thing where it's been glitching ever since our district moved over to, is it Windows 360 or whatever? One of the operating systems they updated. And ever since then, when I go to open my email on Outlook, my entire computer like freezes and it deletes everything, and it's just this huge pain in the ass. So I have to like reboot my computer a jillion times to get it to stop doing that. So that's how my morning was. And some really good positives out of today. I got a lot of me time. I got a lot of quiet time. I got to record 3 podcasts, which was awesome, because I don't know, like, I feel like when I'm in a situation where it's expected of me to be quiet and just sit there, like, all I want to do is talk. I don't know if it's reverse psychology, I don't know if it's me being defiant. It's just how I am. And so it was really nice to be able to actually do stuff, considering the fact that, I mean, to be honest, I don't have a lot of work right now. A lot of my work's at school or at the main office, and I can't do it from a laptop from here. Like, I need a printer, I need my books and all the stuff that I use for references. Like, I can't just print stuff, and I mean, it's through the network, so it'll print on my printer, but my printer is back at the office. It's not here. So yeah, and I just thought I would kind of pop on and tell you how my day is going. We started getting some prep work for our garden done this weekend. A little bit, not a lot, and I need to talk to my dad about building a chicken coop, which I'm really excited about. That's going to be awesome. And I just wanted to give you just like a little preview of the type of content that you will listen to if you go on to like find my podcast, which is Julie and Nicole Musings. My original intention with my podcast is kind of naive. Like, my original intention was to just it to be an extension of my YouTube channel, which is cool. But it's kind of morphed into a place that I can talk about different types of topics, like, and they don't even have to be related to each other. Like, they can just be conversations I've had or things that I find important, and just be able to express myself. And I feel like not a lot of people, I mean, okay, like, I feel like my example of what a podcast should be is Rhett and Link from Good Mythical Morning. Theirs is called, I think, Eared Biscuits. They literally talk about any sort of topic they want to talk about. Like, I mean, granted, it's mostly about them and their experiences or stuff that's going on in their life, so it's more like an in-depth look into their life, especially if you're big fans of theirs, which I thought was really cool. That's why I started listening to them, was because I was curious how much different it was going to be from the show, and it's a lot different. It's more personal. And I was like, that's what I want my podcast to be. I want it to be where I can talk about whatever I want to talk about with whomever I want to talk about it with. Like, I know my best friend, we're wanting to do some episodes, hopefully sometime soon, because she's got a lot of interesting things to talk about too, and different topics we want to talk about. And hopefully I don't make some family members mad when they listen to my podcast, because there's a few instances where I am honest with things that are going on and how I felt about them, and they're either gonna appreciate my honesty or they're not. And there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. So hopefully any of them that have watched it aren't offended, and if they are, I'm sorry. I don't mean to intentionally offend you or upset you. It's just something that, I mean, I was just being honest. When I was recording it, I was in a room and I was talking about things that upset me or things that were happening, and I was giving my honest opinion on what was going on. So if I upset you, I'm sorry. I do apologize. Especially my cousin that watches this video. If you go listen to my podcast about the conversation we had this past weekend, don't be upset with me. Don't be upset with what I was talking about. Hopefully, if you decide to go listen to it, you listen to it with an open mind and we can talk about it. If not, you know, I get it. I do. I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't mean to change the perspective of that conversation. I wanted to do a more in-depth my feelings about that conversation, because it kind of turned into unintentional feelings being hurt a little bit, at least on my part. And I don't like people feeling like like their feelings are hurt. I don't like people feeling like it's okay to hurt people's feelings, because it's not. Both ways. It's all about respect, and hopefully we can get to a point where we both respect each other's opinions and feelings. Whether or not we agree with them is a different thing, but you have to at least respect them. Both of us do. I know she watches my videos, that's why I'm saying this. I don't want to upset her if she goes to look for that podcast and listens to it and gets very offended. I don't mean to. Just FYI, like, one of the worst things about being in a library is, since school's technically out today, a lot of teachers are in in-service, mandatory in-service. People walk in and out to make copies. There's a vending machine in here. I mean, so there's no actual privacy, which I guess I should have assumed, but I didn't. So, that's my plans. And then tonight, or that's what today was. And tonight, I don't know what Jake and I's plans are. Like, it's kind of like a situational thing, because, like, on one hand, he only gets two nights off during the week that I have off. And he's got homework and stuff to do for school. And the weather's kind of crummy, so we don't really want to get out and do anything, which also sucks, because then you feel like you're just stuck in your house. But yeah, hopefully we'll be doing some antiquing, which I love to antique. I think the next time we go antiquing, I will video so you guys can see some of the stuff that we look for or the places we go. Okay, so this wasn't planned. It was completely just spur of the moment. We went to Goodwill and this place called Fun Finds, I think somewhere else over the weekend, because we just wanted to get out, and the weather was beautiful. So we went like kind of antiquing, but it was more just like treasure finding, because he likes to sell stuff. He likes to sell things on eBay. He's got an eBay site, so like he'll buy books for $0.25 and sell them for $2 or $3, and same thing with certain types of movies. And actually it was really cool, he found a copy of It, like the original printing, and he sold it for like a couple $100, and he bought it for like $2. Like, it was amazing. That doesn't happen very often. Hopefully we'll get to the point where it happens more often. So that's like kind of what we do. We just kind of run around. But when we were at this place called Fun Finds, I walked in. So it's this little tiny hole in the wall place, right? I walk in and I told Jake, I said, oh my God, I've been looking for this for like 2-3 years. So do any of you guys have grandparents that when you went to their house, they had this really cool contraption that looked kind of like a trash bin, but like not, it was like wood, and you store potatoes and onions in it, and they're separated so that way they ventilate and they don't spoil very often, like my grandparents had them. I found one for like dirt cheap. It's in really great condition. I'll have to show you guys, like I'll insert a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. I found it for like $8, I think, or less. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the receipt. But you can't find those anywhere at all, because a lot of people aren't into antiquing stuff, and a lot of people aren't into older things, unfortunately. So a lot of that stuff is going away. But I've been looking for one for like at least 2 years. So that was really exciting. That's something that I found this weekend. And we're going to do a lot more antiquing and a lot more garage sailing and things like that when the weather gets nicer, and we'll film some of that, and I'll show you some of the techniques that when we're novices here, we don't know anything. We're amateurs, I'm sorry, not novices. We've gotten lucky, and we know what we like, and we know a lot of the stuff that we find is for us, it's not to resell. And I know that a lot of people like to watch thrifting channels for like advice on how to do it, and ours is more just like decor that we're looking for, because we want, at least I want an older school farmhouse decor options, and like all, and I like to like upgrade stuff, so like I'll buy I think the really cool thing I found on Facebook Marketplace, which is another really cool place to do kind of thrifting, is I found 2 end tables that weren't traditionally end tables. They were like old school ones. I bought them on Facebook Marketplace for like $50 or something, maybe less than that. I can't remember. I think it was less than that. And they were really good quality, really sturdy. All I did was I primed them and painted them a different color and put like an adhesive sticker on the top as decor. I could sell them for good money. Like, they look so good and they look so cute, and it's like this kind of like a teal color. They were black when I bought them, and they've gone 3 houses with us because I love them so much. But yeah, we'll do videos like that, and I'll show you guys a little bit more into like my day-to-day scenario. I got this really cool selfie. I wouldn't call it selfie, but like a vlog camera equipment. It also holds your phone that you suction cup to your front windshield, like on the inside of your car. There's a drawback though, of course. I didn't pay a lot of money for it, so the quality is not the greatest, and it shakes a lot on the roads. Like, it goes like this, da 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 da. That's like the camera. The only way to prevent that is to hold like your finger as sturdy to like hold the bottom of it to where it holds the camera like more steady, and it's better. It's kind of what I get for spending such a little amount of money on it. But I figure it'd be really cool to do like intros and to do other types of videos where like I'm showing you things that I'm bought or whatever. Like, I can just do it in my car, which is really cool, because that way your arms don't get tired, because that does happen, especially when you're filming on your phone like I'm doing right now. Like, I don't know if you keep noticing, I keep switching arms because my arms get tired. But yeah, look at this, so they made it private so no one could see, kind of smart, easy. That's my day, and I thought I would vlog and kind of give you guys an update, and hopefully if you're interested you'll go check out my podcast because I talk about some interesting things. I mean, they're interesting to me, they may be boring to you. That's okay. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys.